What is up, Internet? It is Chris from Legacy Studios, and today we're doing part 23 of the King Kong playthrough, and oh my god, this is a long one. I know I promised you guys a longer one, but this is a little bit ridiculous. So, we start off here, and following, I think that's Jimmy. Yep, that's his name, Jimmy. And it's a pretty dark area here. You can really barely see what's going on, but it's easy enough to tell where you have to approach. I have no weapons or anything like that. That's why I punched, was to see if anything would come out. Now obviously there's a weapon here, a good old sniper rifle, which I quickly took, and it was a damn good job I did, because an enemy popped out almost straight away. Pick up a spear and look around completely lost. This level is a long level, and I mean, at first when I put this footage in and started editing, I thought to myself, right, well I must have died a lot, you know, there must be a lot of things that have to be cut out of this. So you can imagine my surprise when this is all one footage of me not dying at all. This is immensely long. Now you'll see there that there was both a sniper rifle and a shotgun. Now I personally chose the shotgun because I think it's a better weapon here for these enemies, especially because, you know, they're quite tough and they get up quite close. So it really is the best weapon to use. The only thing I would say is don't let them get too close, because they can cause you quite a lot of hell if you let them get too close. You'll also find there are multiple ones, so you're actually going to have to rely slightly on the NPCs, which is certainly not something that you would normally wish to do, but in which there is not really a lot of choice. You'll also find yourself getting through a lot of ammo, but don't worry about that, you kind of have to. But do as I did, make use of the bones, make use of the spears. Don't just stick with the gun because it's the easy option. It is the easy option, I'll concede that point. But don't rely on them, because if you do, then you could end up running out of ammo a lot quicker than you want to. And yes, there is a sniper rifle there, but you know, do you really want to waste ammo on a good gun? But as you can see, the bones are more or less useless. So if you can get a spear, get a spear. The bones more are a distraction rather than actually being a help. Fortunately, I can say, I think, changing the topic, interrupting myself, I think this is the easiest, not the easiest, the longest level of them all. I don't remember ever having to deal with any quite so long, since before or after. Thankfully. That was close. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. But no, seriously, I don't think there are any more this long. Obviously, if I'm wrong, please don't shoot me. I don't believe there are any that are as long as this. Watch out for him. He is the big boy that comes out later. As you can see, he's a different species of dinosaur. He will actually eat those dinosaurs. That was a huge mistake. Make sure, for the love of God, that you actually make sure your gun is loaded when you decide to shoot him with a bone and distract him, because as you can see, I had some really big issues as a result. I threw the bone, it started coming, I went to fire and realised I had no ammo. Oh god, that was a nightmare. I was so sure I'd be dead. Anyway, once that is done, you need to follow Anne. And yeah, the rest of this level, you're going to be following Anne, more or less. She's going to be taking you to where you want to go. There's an area on the left you need to go to, and an area on the right you need to go to. So first we're going to go to the area on the left, following Anne down here. This sort of being the first area where you can really see. And you've got some spears here, which would definitely come in handy. Down you'll see the lovely little millipede friends of ours. Am I the only one? I know I may well be talking to myself, but am I the only one who hates the millipedes? I mean, out of all the different like dinosaurs and what have you, am I the only one who thinks they're the worst ones you have to deal with? Because I can't stand them. I mean, the big slithery guys, things like that, I can take. I can take, you know, the water creatures. I can take anything else, but I don't like them. They're just, I don't know if it's because they're too quick or I have some kind of hatred of giant insects, but I just don't like them. I mean, I can deal with anything else, but I'm just not a big fan of them. Now you saw I used the bait there to try and attract a creature, but there was nothing. But you keep following Anne and keep an eye out, and you'll eventually get to here, and you'll notice that behind the waterfall, you'll notice just over to the right, you can see light coming from a fire. And of course this is guarded by multiple creatures. But you need to get that fire. So what I'm going to do is come up here and you'll see crabs. Again, try to shoot a gun with no ammunition. Please don't make those mistakes. Check your ammo before you dive into any monster type area. Believe me when I say you will regret it if you don't. Once you've done them, get a spear, dip it in some fire, which somehow doesn't burn the spear. Don't ask. And obviously you can't get it through the water, but you can get it up there and light the basin. And once you've lit the basin, that will allow you to go through the water and then light your bone. Now you see me going around poking and prodding, make sure there's no more crabs around. I thought there might have been because I could hear something. But it turns out that I may have been wrong. Oh no, tell a lie, tell a lie. I was actually 100% right. Once you've finished him, head up through the waterfall and then you can relight the bone, or as I used here, the spear. I would recommend the spear. And I can use that then to get through, and each individual thing, light it. Just in case you lose your spear or whatever like that, I use that spear on that centipede and now it's gone. But because I've lit that very close by one, I don't have to go back. Except that actually didn't light. That was the strangest thing. It looks like it's lit, but it actually hasn't. So I had to go back, relight my spear to relight the basin. And again, I'm motioning with my hands for no reason. I don't know what happened. I really don't. But that is just another little bug. You get a few of them. That's probably the first bug that's happened to me. In chronological order of the guide. It's not the first bug that's actually happened to me. I'll explain a later one in a later video that it actually killed me, even though I did nothing wrong. As you see, I lost my spear then by throwing it into the water, and I found it again. Once you take out the enemies, relight it and work your way through the water. Obviously try not to throw your spear into the water, because then you'll lose it. Every basin you encounter like that one, hey, it works. Actually, make sure you light it. I used my spear there, but it doesn't matter because there's a whole new supply. By this point you'll probably be running a little bit low on shotgun ammo. Just as a word of warning. But the enemies, or rather the amount of enemies, is nowhere near the level that you had to contend with originally. Lit the basin again. I work my way up these crooked stairs to what I will now call the area of first light. The first area you can actually properly see. Head up the stairs and come out here into the main area. As you can see, for a time I couldn't actually work out where it was. I apologise, I recorded this footage when I was tired. Anyway, once you get out to the actual main area, work your way back up to, I believe it is Hayes and Jimmy. And you see I'm looking for Anne, who's managed to get stuck, but don't worry. Come up here and burn those bushes. That was one of the 2 things you had to do. Was burn those bushes. Oh, Jimmy, get out of the way. Once you've burnt them, I'm sort of waiting a bit here, hoping that Anne will eventually turn up. She doesn't, but don't worry, she'll turn up later, I'm sure of it. Anyway, if you've still left any sniper ammo there, if you want to get it, you can. Honestly, shotgun's better. But if you've got barely any ammo, then, you know, what's the point in having it, you know? Come through here, you'll see more guys. Dispatch them as quickly as you can. If you've got no ammo, there's a few spears here. That should be enough for you. You're dealing with a dinosaur though, and obviously they can take a lot more hits than a normal creature. And this area that's a little bit confusing in where you want to go. Where you actually want to go is through the side area here. Up to you'll see some fire here, but obviously we're not here for fire. You'll see there's some enemies down there. Now I should have spirit a dinosaur, but the best thing to do is what I did here was just to light the fire. Come on. And then that will kill whatever creatures. And Anne suddenly appears out of friggin' nowhere. I swear she was caught halfway across the map. But anyway, kill as many enemies as you can from up here, because that will save you the hassle of having to do it later. Oh, what a shot! Interrupting myself, but come on, that was brilliant. And I actually didn't start that fire. I'm assuming Anne did. Another dinosaur there. Hell of a shot. Damn, I should be playing Call of Duty with shots like that. No, not really. You haven't seen me at Call of Duty. It's not a pretty sight.
Gotta reload.
I'm a bit low on ammo on the shotgun at this point, so it probably wasn't the best idea to use it, but when they're up that close, it kind of made sense at the time. Came back in here to find some more spears. I need to find I'd used them all, which isn't a very good realisation to have. So all I really had was all the bones down there in that little secret area, which isn't very good when you're trying to deal with a massive dino. What I did was went down there and just shotgunned him once, and that took him out. Picked up a spear in case anything else would come out, because, you know, that's always a risk. Couldn't find it, so I instead grabbed the handle, which is the last thing we needed. Got a bone just in case. Again, don't want to take any risks. But it seems that the whole area is clear. So you want to work your way through the downstairs bit. You can't actually get back up to that ledge via the ledge, and walk through and get back to Anne, and then work your way back to Hayes and Jimmy for the end of the level. I'm getting to the end of this audio, and I am desperately hoping this is actually recorded. I have been talking now for over 13.5 minutes straight, with no gap, one take. And I really hope this is actually recorded. If not, I'll probably sound quite... Well, you'll never hear this, but if not, I'll probably sound quite subdued on the next one. Anyway, get back, put the handle in as I did. Get ready to push it, and once someone comes to the other one, they'll push it round. Either our guy, who I think is Jack, is really weak, or these things are just really bad. Anyway, before you go through, pick up the sniper if you wanted to. I decided to leave it and follow Jimmy and Hayes through to this little area here, and that is the end of the level. Like, subscribe, click the annotations, etc, etc, and I'll see you guys next time.